If Southeast leave Nigeria through referendum, what happens to Niger-Delta and Odua? Recently, the CNG stated that the federal government should call for a referendum to allow the people of Southeast to exit the nation smoothly without fighting. The CNG has said that there is a need for a referendum to avert a repetition of the bloodbath and agony of the Nigerian civil war. Abdulaziz Suleiman, the spokesman of the coalition, insisted that Igbo leaders cannot be trusted despite their support for united Nigerians. Isn't that that is the whole point as to why they want to leave? Why would you say you can't trust Igbo leaders? Like, okay, fine. We're not saying Igbo leaders are sort of angels or anything. But then this is the kind of thing. If you say you can't trust certain people, you put their name. And if you know that, okay, fine, these people are not trustworthy, fine. But then to now paint a whole ethnic group by a few leaders, come on now. This is the reason why they talk about marginalization, in which groups like you would obviously gaslight Igbos. Well, at least, now you see that there's a need for them to leave, but your justification may just be a bit. But isn't that the whole point, to leave? Suleiman said, with the high degree of engagement of the South International, to the extent the Igbos attacking parents and some Igbo leaders who oppose Nnamdi Kanu's mission, it will be difficult for that part of the nation to live with them. Listen, first of all, you're not going to twist this on Igbo youths, and I'm so sorry, yeah. I don't even want to be elitist or anything, but do you want to say what the northern youths have done? I don't even mean to do that. But don't come for Igbo youths like that. Do you know what the world class in achievements they partake in? Because again, this constant argument every single time the Igbo youths are killing their parents because they oppose Nnamdi Kanu's youth. You want to twist this? Okay, fine. You're obviously, aiding them, which, first of all, was strange. We're like, okay, the coalition of land groups is supporting Biafra or Igbos for a referendum, and it's like, oh, whoa, what is happening? But of course, the fairy tale didn't last long. When you now want to twist it, you want to twist it on these people and then make it seem like as if you can't live with them, and make it seem like as if they're the nuisance in the country. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is not the first time a group from the north will be calling for a referendum to allow the southeast succeed without bloodshed. A few days ago, the Amalgamation of Northern Women Association in Nigeria asked the federal government to call for a referendum. The women said if Igbos must leave, they should be allowed to exit peacefully. No doubt, everyone wants peace in Nigeria. If history is anything to go by, war is what no man wants to experience. Records have it that millions of Nigerians died during the civil war, Igbos, and Nigerians can't afford to witness another civil war. This could be the sole reason many Northerners have started calling for peaceful division. No, but realistically, why would they call for peaceful division? Why would, not to be rude, but this is, again, you take it the way you want, but if we were to go into a war, who do you really think will be most affected? Because again, do you know how famished and impoverished the North is? Like, I'm not even trying to be like, okay, fine, the South is way better. But if there's going to be a war, they'd be so affected, even though they may not even be the main target. Well, of course, Igbos may be the main target, but then they don't have a strong infrastructure in terms of just, for example, where would they go? The food, jobs, innovation, the money. Yeah, that's it. That is why. I mean, they cannot handle a war. I'm not saying financially, because of course Nigeria, the last time, it was literally the British Biafran war, to be honest. But they would obviously be backed by international forces. So would Biafra, but not necessarily like the top 3 world powers or like Western powers, basically. So yeah, the reason they're calling for peaceful division, why all of a sudden? Why all of a sudden? Because again, these people get attacked by terrorists on a daily basis and do not show this much consistency in, protesting. And now all of a sudden you're protesting for a set of people to leave, and the group is using some lame, insufficient evidence excuse of, these youths are killing their parents because they oppose Nnamdi Kanu's order. Like, you're trying to twist it as making it seem like as if these people are unbearable to live with, when really and truly, it's not Nigerian Fulanis. Of course, we can be profiled as you guys from the north, which is obviously sad, but that is literally the reason why it's unbearable for Igbos to live in the south. But then again, I guess if that's what they want and a referendum and they vote for that, it should happen. Because again, as a country, you should not keep people against their will. That is it. The question that has been left unanswered by the northern group is, what happens to the Niger-Deltans and Igbos and the Yorubas if the Igbos should succeed? What do you mean? But for the Yorubas, is definitely clear. There is some sort of push for an independent state. It's actually like very much new. I think when it comes to that, the Igbos have been prepared from, as people say, time immemorial. With Niger-Deltans, I think Niger-Deltans are part of Biafra. Again, I think it's the complicated thing with Igbos and who's going to go and who's not going to go. But I think that some Niger-Delta states are part of Biafra. I think we have to go back to the facts, which we can actually. What was Nigeria like? Well, that the land mass. So was it like before colonialism? And I think that's going to solve it. Because again, all the states in the country, I don't even know, apart from the, very, very much, okay, fine, you can guess what is the main tribe in this state. There are some states that have a mixture of tribes, which don't make sense. And of course, when we're making the states, they didn't necessarily think of, okay, fine, let's divide the states by culture, but it was definitely more like for their own purpose and to suit their, constitution. Well, with this set of things in the nation, if a section is allowed to live peacefully, others might want to succeed, as they should if they want to. This shows the call for a referendum is not meant for the Igbos alone, but for every region. This is already the Odua agitation that the popular Yoruba activist Sunday Igboho in the southwest Niger-Delta oil-rich region might also want to separate republic if the southeast is allowed to succeed. Yeah, I think it may really just be that some of the southeastern or southern states may join Biafra. I mean, this is the complicated thing, and I guess these are the arguments that you put. Okay, fine. Is Biafra okay? Fine. Is it actually very much planned? Because again, you have some Igbo governors that will do anything to stop this. You have some Igbo people that are just don't want to be part of Biafra, which is their choice. Fine, but you can't deny that those people are there. As well as, okay, fine, the border. Where is Biafra? For example, like. The thing is, there's so many tribes in the country, as in there's so many minor tribes. I'm not saying like they're minor in terms of class or importance, but minor in terms of popularity. That's it. So this makes it complicated. But yeah, that's it. I mean, the CNG all of a sudden is very sneaky. Now you're supporting, the referendum, but then your reason behind it is a bit like trying to make the Igbos look like as if they're the ones causing problems in the country, which it won't work, please. But yeah, I guess the aim is the aim, no matter how we get there. So yeah, put what you think and don't forget to like and subscribe.